How does the big beautiful bill affect the money in your pocket? This is going to be a fascinating video. Watch the entire thing through before you go crazy in the comments, because I'm going to try to paint an entire picture for you, and then I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Stay civil as always, but let's be educated about what's actually going on. When the big beautiful bill is passed, obviously the Republicans passed it, the Democrats were not happy about it. When it passed, the Democrats asked the CBO to look into the net benefit for every single American. They wanted to look at every single tax cut as well as every single cut to SNAP and Medicaid and figure out what income brackets benefited and lost. The report was just released, and this is the graph that they came up with. Now, I am going to show you the dollar amounts for every single one of these, as well as the income brackets for every single one of these, but it does not take a statistics major to figure out that this is pretty skewed to one side. Now, according to the CBO, the highest decile, or 10%, is going to see a positive $13,622 back in their pocket as a result of the tax cuts as well as their cuts to benefits. The next 10% is going to only see $3,208 back in their pocket. Let me flash up all the other numbers so we don't have to read them through individually, but you will see that the bottom two brackets are the ones that end up worse off from this bill. The bottom bracket is going to see $1,214 less spending power every single year for the next 8 years as a result of this, and the one up from that, negative $392. Now stay with me, I'm going to go through a couple more numbers and then I'll share another perspective at the end. A lot of you are wondering, well, where am I on this actual bracket? So let me put up the actual income levels for every single one of these. The bottom bracket is making $38,843. The one above that, $62,457. That top bracket is making over $517,000. Now, it doesn't necessarily surprise me that those making $500,000 plus are going to save more on taxes than someone making $50,000 to $100,000. But the debate is there, is this right? Now, whether you love this bill or hate this bill, this is really interesting data to actually come out. I think it is extremely important to be educated on what we're actually talking about, and I also think that this should draw awareness to the dilemma that we have inside of our government when it comes to our budget and trying to balance a budget. If we're going to simultaneously cut support and cut taxes, our deficit's just going to get larger and larger. We're spending $3 billion a day on just our interest payments inside of America, and we have a massive issue with issuing debt, printing money, quantitative easing, and in my opinion, we're approaching a point of no return. Whether that graph is right or wrong, there is a debate to be had there, and I'm sure people in the comments will go there. But where I think a more healthy debate is, how are we actually going to solve this issue? What we can't do is cut taxes and raise benefits simultaneously, because that will make this worse and worse. Both sides are going to have to come together and figure this out, because the debt in America is getting completely out of hand. Become educated and be an educated voter, and as always, if you're looking to grow your net worth, follow me.